Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Just as the rain finally lets up, here we go.
Naturally. Oh, well, sure. Yeah, we already walked in.
That's the way.
Why would it keep raining?
That's the way that it goes on a Monday. But you know what? Thank the good Lord for the rain. I left. We live out in Elkins, and I left this morning, and not a drop. It was lightning everywhere. And then by the time I got to where 75 kind of merges, literally someone unzipped the tent and the water just started pouring out, yeah. Karen.
It was raining so hard on my way here that I literally couldn't see it was raining that bad.
Yeah.
I am thankful that we did not start right at 7 because you got a little bit soaked, Karen, but you would have been drenched. I saw you pull up, at like 6:55-ish and 6:50 actually, and I was about to put my hand and be like, no, don't come yet. Don't worry about it. And you read my mind.
Yes. I was sitting there trying to wait for a moment for it to let up, and it did not.
Yeah. Well, welcome in, everybody. Here we go on a Monday, and, man, it's, we can say a little motivate. Sometimes rain demotivates you, but since we haven't had any, I think maybe rain will motivate us a little bit. I think if we hadn't had it, if we'd been having rain for a month, I'd probably be grumpy. Mm-hmm. But I'm a little happy. I'm thankful that we had it. I just wish that it would have went over our neighborhood. Literally all night long, we were dodging bullets. I kept watching the storm cells all night long. And no rain in our neighborhood. I'm sure you got it here.
Oh, yes, I did.
So
yeah, we did here.
Let us know if you got rain this morning. I'm sure you did. Go ahead and rub it in my face. That'd be all right. And let us know if you got rain, though. We are here on a Monday. Thanks for joining us, as always. We appreciate you, Huntsville, as we are here on episode 117. And it's good to be back on a Monday with our great friends, Karen Denman, Denise Olivas from Walker County Federal Credit Union. We'll be talking with these two ladies throughout the day. And also all things good happening here in Huntsville. I was hoping to go back to Georgetown this weekend and was feeling under the weather. Bridget took the babies. And there's a Cinderella party. I wanted to go to that, I wanted to go to the Cinderella party, and I didn't get to.
Dang.
Yeah.
I feel like we can
Hate
have
that for you.
Have y'all
have an
ever
adult.
have y'all ever been to one of those?
No, I have
No.
not.
Yeah, it just looked like, it was my little daughter. She's 23, 23 months almost now. And Bridget's best friend, Gabby, has two little twin girls. They're 4 years old. And Bridget sent me video. And it was so cool because they hired like these three ladies to show up. And I guess like one of them was Cinderella and the other two, I have no idea. I'm sure in a couple of years I'll know all this stuff.
Yes, you will.
But they were singing. It was really beautiful. And there's probably like 20 children there. And Braylon, we had bought her a little Cinderella costume at Target for like $15 on clearance. Got lucky the other day. In fact, the tiara was more than the costume. And so Bridget sent me videos and photos, and man, she was just having the time of her life. These
good.
ladies were
Sweet.
singing, and she just, she was on cloud nine. So I was like, great, go ahead and send those to me while I'm at home in bed, not feeling well. That's okay. So I'm glad she had a fun time, and so that's what my weekend consisted of. And normally, I know your weekend consists of the pool, but you didn't get any pool this weekend.
I did not. I went to see my mom yesterday, so spent the day in Palestine.
Yeah. Denise, what was your weekend? What'd you do? Did you sneak into the pool?
Shh. That's a secret.
Just kidding.
No. Saturday I went and helped Val with Tap Truck Outlaws. We she had a couple events. So I went and helped her out. That was fun. And then Sunday I just kind of rested.
Boy, their business is booming.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah,
truck
she's
is
doing
so
really
cool. Y'all all know Brian Adams and real good friend of mine. And when Brian had his, Stephanie had a birthday for Brian. And it was really cool because they had Tap Truck out at Stephanie's place.
Yeah, I remember seeing that picture. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty cool. I was
that's
like, man, these guys, and that truck is awesome,
It's nice.
by the way.
Yeah.
So, well, we are here on a Monday. Wouldn't be here without Walker County Federal Credit Union. We appreciate them. They are your local. I don't want to say bank. See, I don't like to say the bank word around you guys, around you ladies. I like to say your local financial experts
Exactly, because
in
we are
Huntsville.
not that four-letter dirty word bank. That
Yeah.
is not us.
Yeah, you can't. Don't bank on us. Come in and be a friend. See, there you go.
There you go.
Don't-
That's a
Unbank
good
and
one.
come credit union.
Yeah. Don't bank on us, but come on in and be a friend. We appreciate. In fact, I had to go by. I made a huge mistake. A huge mistake. As a joke, you guys caught the mess up on the show, if you'll remember.
Yes.
A young man that works over at a bank here in town figured it out. And after 2 weeks, I just thought, you know what? If whoever figures it out, I'll give them $100. Now, y'all weren't in the running, unfortunately, even though y'all are the ones that found it. And so I went over, got a $100 bill from Walker County Federal out of my account, took it over to the young man. I was just sitting there thinking, man, this guy works at a place that has money. I even told his bosses the other day because I saw him at Rotary. I said, could you all have just given him $100 for me, please? Then I wouldn't have had to,
Right.
but he won $100. And Denise and Karen were the ones that figured this out, that it was cuisine was misspelled. I think, was it you, Karen, or Denise? Denise
Yeah.
figured it out, and then you tagged on the back of it, Karen, and y'all figured it out, and that was it. So, Denise, I still owe you some stuff from the color bar, and now I've got to add $100 to your tab also this morning. So, well, hey, if you're waking up, how about the rain this morning? We were talking about it earlier. A lot of folks are already chiming in. Our good friend Rick Boning. Hey, Rick, you guys live a couple of streets away. Did we ever get any rain before? I don't know if you've left yet or not, but did we ever get any rain over in Elkins? I'm curious because it did not do anything when I was leaving. Jennifer Augustinetti joining us. She always has phrases, Jennifer does, for every day. And today is Marvelous Monday.
I still like Mimosa Monday.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to bring that one to
Yeah.
fruition. But yeah, well, marvelous would be mimosa if we could do it. So, but she's saying it's Marvelous Monday. Thank God for the rain. Amen to that. Carolyn Gibson, good to see you this morning. Saying thankful for every drop of this. Also, Kathy Schweitzer joining us this morning, saying good morning, Huntsville. It's going to be a great day. I love that, and I'm going to go ahead and just start with the inspiration or motivation right away. Today you may be waking up not feeling well. You may have received bad news at your job, or maybe something happened in your family. But you know what? Just tell yourself. And I've had to do this, since I came back, because there's a lot of things that we're working on and trying to support a family, and things have been tough. It's not easy. I'm not going to sit on this show and lie. It's tough trying to build something from the ground up. And but that's one thing that I'm really trying hard to practice what I preach. And no matter what, like I promise you, when I walked out the door this morning, I always give Bridget a kiss. We say a very quick prayer. And then as I walk out, I just say, Lord, today's going to be a great day. The days that I don't do that, I feel like I have a terrible day. And so this morning, as I was walking out, that was just kind of impressioned on my heart to say, you know what, as I walk out, I'm going to say, today's a great day, Lord, thank you for it. And you know what? It is. It's a great day. So no matter what you're facing, just try to have that attitude. I know some of you are hurting bad this morning, but just tell yourself, even if you don't want to, even if you don't feel like it, that today's a great day. I didn't feel like it the last couple of weeks. I mean, I was running 102 fever, and that's one reason, that we didn't have the show one day. The other 2 days it was HLI, but I'll just let it out there, not to spill my personal business, but I want people to know I don't have COVID. I don't have that, and I don't have the flu. So, you know what, everything's good. The doctor was like, you're not contagious, and I haven't had a fever now in a couple of days again. It was weird, though. I got well right in time, and this wasn't like me forcing anything. I got well right in time for HLI, and then I came back, and that Wednesday afternoon, I just started feeling rough, like a different type of rough. Yeah. I had strep the first week, and then I started hearing that stuff is going around like crazy. Yeah. Have you ever had strep before?
A long, long time ago.
Oh, my goodness. Have you ever had it, Denise?
No, thankfully, no.
I mean, it literally feels like, I remember having tonsillitis as a child, but I don't think I've ever had strep. And I thought the tonsillitis was bad. Man, it feels like there are razor blades in your throat, and you cannot swallow anything. And that's what happened to me, and I did the CVS virtual clinic, which was really cool. I woke up. It was like a Thursday morning. I literally woke up at like 3 in the morning. And I told Bridget, I was like, God, I just feel awful. I need to figure out a way to go to the doctor. And so I just Googled like virtual doctor, and CVS was a sponsored result. Literally in 10 minutes, somebody called me back. And this lady was just in an office, and I don't know where she was. She's like, good morning, all happy. And I was like, whoa, lady, it's like 3:30, man. Like,
calm down now.
Hey, I mean, I know it's going to be a good day, but not this early. Like, take it down a notch, hopscotch. This is too much.
We need to figure out what she tells herself every day.
Yeah.
For real. But she ended up saying, like, do you have this? Do you feel like that? And then I went and looked in the mirror, and I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I do. It was pretty bad. And so she put me on a Z-Pack, and like that's when the strep like got knocked out quick. And then I was able to go to HLI. I felt good. And then, like I said, Wednesday, some other weird thing came over. I started having like this weird just pressure in my head. You know, I would look certain ways, it would hurt. And it was like, I guess it was like some sort of another sinus infection. But this one was causing fever. And so they put me on another week of antibiotics. And it's not good to take. I didn't realize, like, when you take those antibiotics, it wipes out all the good stuff in your gut, like everything. So then you're supposed to take probiotics. And I was like, wait a minute, how did they? I was asking Bridget, because she's a nurse. I was like, how do they not fight against each other? Because I'm like, probiotic, antibiotic. And she goes, the probiotic restores the good stuff. And I was like, the antibiotic clears it all out. The probiotic only puts good
back in.
Good stuff back in. I don't know. So anyways, this morning everything's going well, and we're thankful to be here. So it's good to have y'all. Miss Bean, I feel like it's been a while, has it?
Yes, because we weren't here last week because you had HLI.
And then the week before that, were we here?
Yeah. Yep. We were.
And then the week before that, it was Labor Day.
Right.
Yeah. So man, y'all,
missing a lot.
The financial services industry. Notice how I didn't say the B word. The financial services industry. You guys, seems like those holidays always fall on a Monday. Does it seem like that? Is that typically what it happens?
Well, a lot of those, if it's not a specific day, they do make them on Mondays, or they're observed that following Monday.
Yeah, it seems like that there's always that Monday. So we're gonna I'll tell you what, here on Good Morning Huntsville and Hello Huntsville, we're gonna start following the federal calendar. So does that mean once a month? Is there like a federal holiday once a month?
Almost. There's a couple months that don't, but almost every month there is one.
Because this month, October, nothing in October, is there?
We had Columbus Day, which was this past. The reason we weren't here was Columbus Day.
That's right.
And then
November, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas,
January,
New Year's.
Which one's
New Year's, and there's another one in January, MLK Day.
So,
February.
February is President's Day.
Columbus is in 2 weeks.
Ah, so you guys are going to get off Columbus Day?
Yeah, that's on the 9th.
Wait, is that a Monday?
That's a Monday.
That's a Monday. well, I guess y'all aren't going to be here then, so I'm going to miss y'all again.
Definitely, I will not. I haven't been able to sleep late all weekend, and usually I have one day I at least sleep till 9 o'clock.
You're
In the
rested
great
up.
tradition of Columbus, we're going to get lost on the way here.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. And just don't show up. We'll be all right. And now I'm trying to think. So February.
President's Day.
It should be Valentine's Day, too. I mean, let's be honest.
In March,
Yeah.
we don't have anything.
No.
Should be spring
April.
break. Should be spring break, federal holiday.
Should be. We don't have
April.
anything in April.
There should be federal holiday, pot of gold day.
We do have all
April.
of our holidays on our website, by the
May
way.
is Memorial
to let
Day.
you know.
Yep.
Nothing in June. July 4th.
So the ones that don't, we're going to start hounding state legislature to at least
I
do
agree.
something
We
statewide.
should. Yes, especially September 11th. I'm surprised somebody hasn't.
Yeah, the
We don't
Patriots
have
Day.
that. Yeah,
Because they
but
call
it's
it
not
Patriots Day, but it's not a recognized federal.
Right.
Surely it's in the works. It's probably just
We hope so.
takes a while.
Yeah, I mean that's just you think about that and the importance of that day, and that
Absolutely.
it's recognized as Patriots Day, but it's not recognized as a national federal holiday,
Yeah.
which I think it should be. So
I'm sure it will eventually.
there's some. This isn't credit union, so I'll say the word. There's some banks that are open on Saturdays, and I've seen that before. And I started thinking, there's not really, for me as a consumer, there's not really a huge convenience for that. I can understand some people, but that's just kind of been a standard in the banking world for so long, right? That most of the time it's just Monday through Friday. Some banks are open, the drive-throughs are open on Saturday. You guys are not open on Saturdays,
No.
right?
I think that's just kind of from before when, it was more of a cash
world. and now
world.
it's
Yeah.
not.
And now there's so many electronic services. I mean, I lost or broke my phone a couple months back now, and I'm used to, my phone usually has like a wallet on the back. Well, this one, I haven't gotten a new one for it. So I'm used to just my ID and my card is with me
Did
at all
you
times.
have it all in there?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't lose it. It fell in a pool.
I gotcha.
But I'm used to just having it with me. So I grab my phone and I'm ready to go. Well, this one doesn't have it on it. And I keep just grabbing my phone and going. So I've gone a couple places and I don't have a debit card. But thankfully, with the e-services, like I have it on my Samsung wallet. I can just tap to pay. If I need to move money, because a lot of people still have additional banks or credit unions, you can link the two accounts together if you need to move some money around. I mean, there's so many options that you have now that you don't have to rely on, I have to go get this money.
What's really cool about what you guys offer, and because you started plugging, I'm gonna keep on plugging, because this is where I was going with it anyways, is to promote the great things that y'all offer. But we have our Santa Fe loan through Walker County Federal, and then I have my personal account and my business account, and then we had back in the day before we moved, I had that loan on that golf cart. And ended up selling that to Bridget's aunt and uncle, and so we paid that off. Made us look good. Like, man, these guys pay their loans quick. But that's because we moved.
We don't want you to pay them quick.
Just pay them regular.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the
Don't pay it
interest.
off.
Yeah, just pay regular with the interest. And it wasn't even a bad rate. I mean, honestly, I was like, you guys didn't make a heck of a lot on it, but you sure took great care of me on that as well. But what I was getting at is, it's so easy for me to transfer money. Like the vehicle loan is in Bridget's name, and it's so easy for me because, we're together and I have her account information and she's given me permission with that. But it's so easy because I log into the website, WCFCU, WalkerCountyFCU.com, right? And then I just go up to transfer, and then all I do is type in like part of her account number and then the amount, and boom, I figured out that's the way it works. Instead of me like doing you can put it on auto draft also, but it's so easy for me just to transfer that money right into that loan,
Yeah,
and
straight to the loan.
it immediately pays for it.
Right.
And it's really cool. And that's the same thing with my business and personal. And so obviously I've got to pay myself for what I do to take care of my family. And so, but I transfer funds from the business to the personal so easy. And you guys have made that process so simple. And the coolest thing is, what I love, I thought for sure that my phone was broken. I was devastated when this phone, I dropped it in a couch. It got completely smashed because the couch was one of those electronics that leans back.
Yeah.
It was over at Bridget's sister's fiance's house, his parents' house, and they had just graduated from A&M, and they were having a little get together. And all of a sudden, I just hear this. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I reach down and I pull my phone out, and it literally just like crushed. And I was like, man, I just got this phone, but I had insurance on it. Sent it off, got it repaired, got it back, and the fingerprint sensor would not work. And man, I was livid. I was like, you got to be kidding me, because this thing I use it like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, finally, after like 4 months, because they were like, we'll send it back in and we'll do this. And I was like, I'm not sending it back in because I don't have another phone to. And they wipe it whenever you have to wipe it. I was like, I'm not doing that again, so I'll just deal with it. Well, randomly one day, like 4 months later, I finally found out how to fix it myself. And it was a software update that you have to hook your phone into your computer and do all this stuff. But now my fingerprint sensor works. And the reason I brought that up is because I just simply go to the Walker County app. Oh, I just love this. It's so easy. And I just go right here to a little button that says accounts. And then look, it says authenticate with fingerprint.
Yep.
And all I got to do is go bing, cha-ching. And then there you go.
Yep. If you've got Face ID, you can use that biometric. Even if you have a little bit older phone, you can even set up a 4-digit PIN. I help so many people every day. Older people, they're not so technologically savvy, and I mean, we sit there and I'll go through it, and I'm like, this is how you do it. This is how we make sure that they know how to check on that, because it's you don't always need to check your stuff from 9 to 5. Sometimes you need to check it 9 o'clock at night, and you need to know how to do that.
And you know what I didn't realize, Karen? I didn't realize that. I knew that y'all had mobile deposit, of course. That's one of the things I asked whenever I first met y'all, but when I first asked about setting up the account. But I didn't realize that it goes in, if you get it in before like 2 p.m. Central, that goes in the same day.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's flipping the buttons, because one time I put it in 4 and it went in the same day.
Yeah, I think
so
now
somebody's
with
flipping the buttons back there.
with our new system, I don't think they have that cutoff anymore. I'll double check on that, but I think we don't have that cutoff. On the old system, we did have that. If you had to be before 2:45 or before 3. But I think on this one, as long as somebody's there, I mean, somebody's checking it all day long. So if you submit it while somebody's in the office, it'll go through.
Can I tell you a story that I did, not with y'all, but with the big bank one time, with the big nasty bank one time? I was all the way in Fargo, and we had a broadcast check come in that was mailed to a friend of mine. And I was like, well, dude, we need to get that in the account today. He wasn't able to. So I did a little trick, and it worked. He sent me a picture of it. I took it with my phone. And, and he was a signee on the account, so he signed it. But I took it with my phone, front and back, and it went through. I was like, great. And I said, now rip that thing up and throw it away. Now, you guys probably wouldn't encourage that, but, that's the but in all seriousness, I mean, that's the convenience of electronic mobile deposits is, you can have the convenience of depositing wherever you're at. If you receive a check and then you realize, man, I forgot to deposit this, and you were halfway across the United States and you found it in your glove box, guess what? You can pull over right there, deposit your check, you're good to go.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I do that all the time.
What else is in the pipeline with Walker County Federal Credit Union? I'm just tossing this out at y'all, but is there anything in the pipeline right now?
We're about to start pretty soon now. Right now, if you go and you need a debit card, we issue you a temporary one, so you have one to use today.
Oh, I know. I've gotten 3 of those already.
Somebody keeps losing theirs. But now we're about to start finally being able to do the instant issue. So whenever you come in, we're going to issue your actual debit card right there in the office. We got our new fancy little machine. So we'll be doing that here pretty soon. We have all the hardware, and so it's just final whatever they got to do on the backside that I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Karen, you've been in the industry for a while. I mean, what changes have you seen over the years that have just been you that have just been like, wow, this is amazing?
There are so many. I started as a VOE student when I was 16 years old at First National Bank here on the corner, and that was back when we hand-filed checks, verified signatures.
What does VOE stand for?
It's an office education
association. I gotcha. Okay.
Vocational office education.
Okay.
It's an elective in high school.
I gotcha.
So I worked half a day at the bank. But, yeah, we used to hand-file checks, checks that were written. We'd pick them up from the Fed. We'd verify them with their signature card. We literally hand-filed checks. We actually put bank statements together. We had a proof machine where we actually ran the checks through. It's not like, I mean, everything is just so different now. So different. It was a lot of manual. One time I even took checks to Fed, that had come in that day. And so that's when we had Pony Express come picking up stuff. So it's changed a whole lot since back in the olden days.
It's like the whole electronic thing.
Yes.
Is just, it's so weird to think about now. And, I have to check it seems like there should be a law against this, But for businesses that don't accept cash anymore, I get really annoyed with that. There's a lot of businesses where I've been like, we don't accept cash.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's like legal or not. I guess you can do whatever you want. But to me, I'm like, that should be illegal because I have money that's legal tender. But they're like, we only take card. And, you know, I've been to a couple. I went to a restaurant once, and they're like, we don't take cash. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to go wash the dishes then. You know?
Guess you just comped this meal.
Yeah,
Right.
thanks. Well, no tip for you. I mean, sorry. But it's just so weird how, you know, financial things have changed, and then all this technology, and, you know, I won't get into all the nerdy part of, like, cryptocurrencies and all that stuff, but it's just, you start thinking about what is the financial spectrum of our country or the world look like in the next 50 years? I mean, well, I remember growing up, they were talking about having little chips that they imprinted in your fingers. And there are some businesses that have done that, which is crazy. But it's like, I don't want somebody to put some little chip in my finger,
No.
you know? But I think about, like, what's next, you know, with the way financial things are going. I feel like we're at a time to where you start to think like everything has been invented, but then somebody comes out with something else.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. I think about that. I had to our sports account, which I'm probably going to be moving over to you guys because it is still at a big bank, and so I just put myself, you know, out there for y'all to reel me in. But we had to wire some money to a vendor through my sports business because we buy equipment that ESPN requires now to broadcast with, and we sold it to a university down in South Central Texas, and I did a bill pay because they wouldn't allow me to do it by card. The amount was too great. So I did bill pay. Well, they rejected it, didn't tell me why. And I was like, well, how am I going to get these people their money? And I was trying to save money, like not spend more. Well, ultimately ended up having to wire the money to them. And it was like $25. It wasn't bad, but I was sitting there thinking there was a disclaimer that says, make sure you have everything correct because if it's not, we can't issue a refund. So what happens in that case? This is what I was going to ask you, Karen. Like, if I wired money to somebody and I was off by like one digit on the account, does that mean that it just went into somebody else's account?
If there was such a number.
If not,
probably. If not, it should reject and go back to the initiating bank.
Whenever we send those, that's why we ask for a lot of extra information. People are like, why do you need this person's address? Well, that's why. It's just an extra verification. We want to make sure if you put this account number, it matches where it's supposed to be going, because it's not something we should be like, oh, just kidding, we need that back. We can't do that. So we ask for a lot of extra information on those wires, and that's the reason for that.
I've made a lot of mistakes, you know, even with you guys, and y'all have helped me out through it. But early on, you know, I had so much stuff set up on auto draft that you think it's convenient, but then when you realize, oh, well, I forgot to transfer money into this account, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, boom, boom. How do y'all handle those kind of things whenever there's like a, because y'all do have overdraft protection, right? It's built into the savings account. So maybe explain a little bit about that, because a couple of those did save me before.
Well, if you have money in your savings, it will transfer to cover a check that you've written. If you don't have money in your savings and you have courtesy pay, we'll still pay the item. You'll be charged a fee, but we'll still pay the item.
So those are different options. See, Walker County Federal Credit Union, friends, and the reason I brought this up, they have everything you need. There's no reason to go to the big B word.
Right.
No.
Go to the credit union.
No B words at Walker
no big
County.
B's.
Yeah. And you think about it, you know, the biggest part of a credit union is the last two words of the credit union. The last two words, what do they start with? The last two words, Walker County Federal
Credit Union.
And what does that first word start with? What letter?
C.
And the next word?
You.
CU. Because when you go into Walker County Federal Credit
see
Union,
you.
they want to see you.
That's right.
That was about the dumbest thing I've ever said. No, I'm just kidding.
So every time Rob walks in, we'd be like, hey, Rob.
See you.
See you.
See you.
But it's the truth. So, friends, if you haven't already, go down and see Karen, Denise. They're going to take great care of you. Hey, we've got a lot more happening on the show. We're going to talk about some great things happening in Huntsville, including an event that happened this past weekend. I hated to miss it, but the kiddos were in Georgetown, but a great event just got through, and heard a lot of success for that and more things happening throughout our community. For now, though, we're going to step aside. We're going to take a break. We'll have a lot more when we come back. Stay with us. Let us know where you're at this morning. And you know what? Let us know how much rain you got. I want to guess that probably at least 2 inches fell here downtown. It has to be.
It had to have been.
It's a lot.
It was coming down.
It looks like a lot,
fast.
So I'm just going to take a guess that 2 inches fell. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but let us know. Some of you I know have rain gauges. I was a weather guy back in the day. So if you know what, now I'm probably going to go purchase a rain gauge from Amazon now because I want one now that we're talking about it. I didn't think we'd ever need it
You don't
again.
need one out there now.
Yeah, apparently.
You do need a generator, though.
Yeah,
Because the power goes out all the time.
So yeah, let us know what you got, and we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us, friends. More to come here as we continue on. It is your show, as always, here on a Monday, sponsored by Walker County Federal Credit Union. We'll be right back after this.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. President Biden announced another $325 million aid package for Ukraine yesterday. Zelensky's visit comes at a crucial time for Ukraine as it attempts to get support and secure additional funding for its counteroffensive against Russia. Biden said he approved the next round of U.S. security assistance to Ukraine, including more artillery, more ammunition, more anti-tank weapons, and next week, the first U.S. Abrams tanks will be delivered to Ukraine. President Biden will enjoy a much lighter workday today than he did yesterday. He will deliver remarks today on gun safety. That'll be taking place at 2:45 p.m. Eastern in the Rose Garden. India has stopped issuing visas to Canadian citizens amid tensions over the killing of a Sikh separatist on Canadian soil. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau claims Indian government officials may have been responsible. India said the temporary visa ban was due to security threats, disrupting work at its missions in Canada. Tensions flared this week after the Prime Minister claimed India may have been behind Monday's murder. India has angrily rejected the allegation, calling it absurd. The White House is defending its border policies as illegal immigrants continue to surge with no end in sight.
Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre emphasized that the administration has put in place measures to control the influx of migrants entering the U.S.
We have worked very hard, the president have worked very hard to implement a strategy when it comes to the border that is humane, safe, and has orderly enforcement. That is something that we have tried to do and worked really hard to do these last 2 years.
However, she stressed it is imperative for Congress to take action in passing comprehensive immigration reform. The urgency arises as thousands of individuals have recently crossed the southern border, placing a significant strain on both personnel and detention facilities. I'm John Schaefer.
USA News.
For a adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Rizza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everyday.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Dramatic music here to bring you back in on a Monday. Hope all of you are having a great Monday. It's always good to be here in the Elliott's Jewelers broadcast studio alongside our friends Denise, Olivas, Karen Denman, Walker County Federal Credit Union. Friends, today's the day. You wake up today saying today's going to be a good day. You know what is going to make today a great day? If you've been wanting to switch your financial institutions, today is a perfect day to say, you know what, man, I got the rainy blues. And guess what? You're going to go in and get the wonderful green when you go into Walker County Federal Credit Union. Well, you got to bring some green. You're not just going to be giving. So, but go by and see Denise, Karen. They'll take great care of you. Ruthie's still over there? Boy, I saw her the other day. I said, Ruthie, go home.
I know. She just can't stay away. She's been filling in.
Yeah,
So,
she's
yeah.
great. She's wonderful. It's so good to have. You know, that just shows like how much somebody loved where they worked for so long because many of you know Ruthie. She was there for a long time. She retired and they're needing a little bit of help over there. And so she's been filling in. And if she didn't enjoy all the time that she spent there, she would not have been filling in.
She wouldn't have answered that phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably looked at it. She was probably like, yes, I'm still loved, you know? And I'm serious. You think about that though. Like some people, they move on and they're like, I'm done. I never want to be around that again. But Ruthie is one of those folks that is just, and y'all have provided such an awesome atmosphere for your employees. And Ruthie's just a living example of that, that she loves just being a part of it. And I think it's important. If you choose to retire, I heard a story once. There was a guy in New York that had worked on the New York subways for literally, it was going on like 80, he celebrated 80 years working with whatever they call their subway department, bus and all that stuff. And he started when he was 20. He retired when he was 100. So 80 years.
That's a lot.
And great health. I mean, this guy was, and you know what? 2 weeks after he retired, he passed away.
Aw.
It's because, and his family said he was like heartbroken. He didn't get fired. He just decided to retire, but he just missed he was so used for 80 years doing the same thing. And he enjoyed his job. And 2 weeks after he retired, that was it. So his whole life literally was working for the city of New York. And so think about that. Maybe you're on the verge of retirement, and if you are, that's great. I told someone once in here, I think I offended them because they came in and we were talking about retirement, and they were like, well, how old are you, Rob? I said, well, I'm 39. I said, I'm blessed, man. I'm retired. And then he was like, oh, good for you, And I was like, no. I was like, no. I was tired yesterday. I'm tired today, and I'll be tired tomorrow. I'm retired. And he started laughing. But, yeah, he was pretty frustrated when I told him that.
Yeah.
You could tell, like, all of a sudden his face goes from, like, this joy, like, who's this punk,
Yeah.
So, oh, man, a lot of fun. Hey, we do have a keyword today, and it's going to go along something like this. Some of you heard some of that this morning, obviously. Denise came up with the keyword just out of the blue today. Thunder is the keyword today. We're giving away a couple little gift bags here this morning, and so all you got to do is text in the keyword thunder on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text. I know that it's still misspelled. There's no more of that, though. No more $100. But the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Text in that word thunder alongside your name, please, to 936-339-0139. We got some surprises we'll be giving away this week. But again, thunder's the keyword along with your name to 936-339-0139. And speaking of which, I know I'm yakking a lot over here, Karen and Denise, but I wanted to show something from this morning as I got here. And this is why Karen did not get out of her car right away. And I was going to tell her, please don't get out of your car, Karen. And she didn't. And here's what was happening today, this morning, around 6:45 or
So
that's what things look like this morning. 30 seconds of that was enough. But it lasted a good amount of time. I mean, I get nervous here. One thing, and Karen, I mean, you've been here. You grew up here. I've learned this. Man, when it rains like that, it floods downtown. Like, it floods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're wading. If you're going to Sam Houston State University, it's almost like you're wading through the water in the mornings if it's raining like that. And, I mean, it's crazy. And when I guess it's just the way that the city is kind of laid out and developed. But I literally, like, when those storms come through, you just feel wind just gushing through downtown. I thought I was looking around. I'm here by myself. I was getting a little scared this morning. So I'm like, I'm in this old brick building. The roof will probably come off like a sardine can opening it up. You just peel it off. And before I knew it, I mean, all of a sudden, everything is just whipping and wind is going crazy. The lightning was going. And I'll be honest, like I got a little bit nervous this morning. And I said, Lord, please don't let some bad windstorm come through here. Because y'all will be digging me out of these bricks this morning. So, man, it was pretty incredible. But it was great. And, again, let us know where you got rain at this morning. A lot of friends joining us today. Quentin Music Man Williams, who won. He's the one that figured it out, by the way, the mishap. He said, happy Monday. This weather is making it hard to go into work today because of the rain.
Yes.
Good news is you still got 5 minutes to get to work if you have to be there at 8.
That's right.
So. What is y'all's typical work day? I mean, is it like 8? Are y'all like 8 to 5? What is it kind of like with Walker County Federal Credit Union? I've never asked y'all that.
Just depends on who calls in and who's not
Depends
there
on the day.
and who you have to fill in for.
And it depends on who texts you at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Karen, my card ain't working. Leave me alone. It's 2 a.m. I'm just kidding. But that's the service. I mean, let's be honest. That's Karen won't answer
laugh,
the phone.
but it's happened.
Yeah,
yes.
I felt
more than once.
I felt bad because one time it was like a Sunday, Karen, and I had a question and I texted you and I didn't expect you to respond right away, but you did. I was like, it's Sunday. I feel bad. I didn't want her to think like I was trying to nab you on a Sunday because now I know that's pull day. You don't mess with Karen.
I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you.
So it's all good. A lot of friends, Vicky McKenzie say it's raining in Westridge right now, so some areas are still getting rain this morning. There's Irma driving by. She was waiting for the Karen, Denman, and Denise wave. Look at this, man. She had like a little convoy behind her this morning.
She did.
They were probably like, what are you stopping for, lady? Man, look at it. There's like 5 cars behind her cruising through this morning. I always love our morning Irma waves.
Yes.
I'm going to have to come up with something.
But Irma, you didn't bring breakfast today, so
we got to time it. So she gets about 5 minutes before she's supposed to be at work. That's when she's driving by. So we got to time it.
Didn't she come by once? Somebody came by once with like some Whataburger taquitos.
Yeah,
she
did.
Yeah,
a couple of times, yeah.
I was telling Delphina the other day that, you know what, Huntsville really, really, really needs. And there's a lot of great places to eat here in town. Mm-hmm. And I go to Sanders Kitchen. She has really good breakfast tacos. But there needs to be a legitimate park your car, walk up to a window, order your breakfast tacos, and leave business here in Huntsville. I don't think there is a breakfast taco place to where you can like park your car, walk up and order from a little window, and then leave. You always have to go inside. And the reason I say it, and Delphine was like, "You're onto something," and I was like,
Well,
"Tell
she
me."
had that at the food park, but in the morning. But now it's not open that early in the mornings because not enough people were
See, if we
utilizing
put
that,
something downtown, especially like near TDCJ in that area, man, I think it could be huge. Like Sanders Kitchen is cool, and they have like a little to-go order window, but they can't use it because of the fire code and how the restaurant's laid out. The reason I say that is growing up, we had a restaurant in Georgetown called El Chorrito. And, man, these guys started in a food trailer, Jesus and his brother Sergio, and they always called me Ron instead of Rob. I have no idea. To this day, Jesus still calls me Ron. I'll call him, he goes, "Hey, Ron." And I'm like, "Jesus, hi." So I just started going along with him. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, buddy? It's Ron." But they started with a little food trailer like 25 years ago that would roll through the local park, and that thing kept growing, and they just found this niche of breakfast tacos. And, man, any morning you go there, there's usually a line of 10 to 15 people waiting to get breakfast tacos. They finally have a brick-and-mortar restaurant, but their biggest seller are those breakfast tacos, and they sell them from like 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they make them right there in the window. So you walk up to the window, you just move over to the side. There's still confusion after all these years about which way do you go? Do you go to the left? Do you go to the right? And so when you get there, there's 15 people just kind of hodgepodged all over, and you have to ask everyone, "Did you order yet? Did you order yet? Did you order yet? Did you order yet?" And it's quite funny. The funniest thing was the city is so strict on signage there that Jesus had a great idea. I would have did the same thing. He started allowing businesses to advertise on his wall. So he started little metal signs of your business. The city came by and told him to take them down because he didn't have permits for that.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he got smart, and he started like bags. He started ordering custom bags that had all the business logos on. I was like, this guy's money-making machine over here.
Yeah.
And then I always wondered, where does Jesus get his products from? You know, there's usually big food trucks that come by and deliver to restaurants and all that. Well, one day I'm at H-E-B, and back then H-E-B in Georgetown was open super late till like 2 a.m. I'm in there. It's midnight one night. I'm getting some late groceries, and who do I see with 2 shopping carts loaded to the brim with those Mexican sodas, is it Jarritos? Jarritos. Oh, that's such a fun word to say. Say it again, Denise.
Well, I can't say it now.
No, say
Jarritos.
Yeah. Jarritos. Can you roll the R, Karen? Jarritos. Man, that sounds like a love language to your sweetheart. Hola, baby, jarritos. You know, man, I'm gonna Bridget. What would happen if I walk in with a dozen? Well, she doesn't like. Yeah, she doesn't like roses, but like I'll walk in with a beautiful, colorful bouquet of flowers, and I'll be like, "Hola, baby, jarritos." What does that mean? Do you know, jarritos?
Jars, little jars.
It also sounds so good, and then it's just jars.
Jars.
But he was loaded up. People buy those jarritos. Like jarritos, sorry, it's getting fun, but then he had like stacks and stacks of eggs, like boxes of eggs. But there's some way that this guy cooks those tacos. It doesn't matter where he gets the ingredients; they're great, and that's when you know you're a good cook.
Yeah, everybody has their little
He
special
must
touch.
have a secret ingredient.
But I brought up Delphina because of that, and I said, "Delphina, what's the franchise fee?" She's like, "Let's talk about it," and she always calls me Johnny Canales now. You know who I'm talking about, Denise, right?
Oh, yes.
So Johnny Canales was a famous Tejano promoter back in the day down in Corpus Christi, the Johnny Canales show. And he always had fun where he would start talking about the bands, and he'd, "You got it, take it away.
You got it, take it away."
And had the accordion. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I was joking around one time with Delphine over at Rodeo, and she knew, and so she calls me. She's like, "What's up, Johnny Canales?" She calls me that now. But I brought her up because it's Monday night.
That's right. Trivia tonight. And we've had an amazing turnout. And so y'all just come join us. 6:30 we start, but get there a little early because it gets pretty packed.
6:30-ish.
And you're there. Or do you also do you co-host this with Karen, Denise?
Yeah, I'm the one that's I'm the MC.
Do y'all have like a microphone you walk around with and stuff?
They've got it set up.
Yeah, they have a nice
all
setup.
nice.
We're on 3 TVs. We have a PowerPoint. So if you can't hear the question, you can at least see it. Because sometimes it gets kind of noisy in there. So
we've got 2 big speakers now with
we're
the
not messing
microphone.
around.
Oh yeah,
These people are serious
We've
about
got
their
it
trivia.
set up.
Man, seriously, I know I always say this, Bridget and I need to find a way to come and just, even if we don't play trivia, just like sit on the side and watch because it sounds like so much fun.
It
It is.
fun. Yeah.
Bring the kiddos and, stay as long as you can. Yeah, just to see what you think.
And first place, is there a prize for second and third, or is it only first?
First, second, and third, and then each round we do 4 rounds. Each round you get to choose. You get a free drink, appetizer, or dessert. So
how do you choose?
Delphina's very generous.
How do you choose what topics you're going to do? Is there like whenever you go into the trivia, is it just a software that you use, or are you actually like thinking of, hey, tonight we're going to do this, this, and this?
Whatever.
Yep.
If there's like a holiday coming up, then you can count on there's going to be a category on the holiday or like a new month, or, if there's something coming up, we'll go with that. But it's just whatever. Karen will start brainstorming whatever she comes up with, and then we'll just go from there.
Yep.
Have you ever had, I did, man, I remember one time I was hosting bingo. And I forgot to tell people what color of card. So I started getting, this was the first time I think it was CASA several years ago. And I didn't know I was going to be calling bingo. I got there. I was like, I don't even know how to play bingo. I mean, I know how to play like regular bingo, but I didn't know that there was like, square bingo, star. I didn't know all that. I just thought it was just regular old bingo, like across. I didn't realize there's all these patterns that you have to follow. And then I sure didn't know about like any color of cards. So the first time I get up, I'm like, wow, I didn't know I was calling bingo tonight. And so I literally had to learn by trial and error. I'm going to tell you what, man, if you slip, people, they will tear you apart. Some lady starts screaming at me, what color? What pattern? I was like, whoa, what are you talking about, lady? Like screaming at me. Have you ever had any, maybe like in trivia, have there ever been, Karen, like where you thought that this was the answer and maybe it wasn't, and somebody just starts, that's wrong? Have you had that yet?
We've had a couple of people that, say, well, this is what we found, and so we understand. I mean, if that's what you found and that's what it says, then we're good with that. We're going to go along with it.
I just would expect
we don't want to argue with people over a free.
Karen, I say this as a friend. I would not mess with Karen Denman. Like if you know what Karen says is right, and if you think that you're right, you better just go on out, just leave.
Sometimes my Google says something different than their Google, so
they're on like Bing. You're on Google.
Yeah.
Google knows, Bing doesn't, so don't trust that. So it's a lot of fun though. So yeah, get out there. Starts at 6, but get there early, right?
No, 6:30.
6:30, but get out there at 6, right?
Get there early. Yes.
Tables fill up fast. What do y'all have now? Like 14, 20 teams, something like that?
I think we had 15 last time.
Last week was 15.
We had 85 people.
Wow. And you know what's cool about all 85 of those people? They're probably all ordering food and drinks, and so it's really great for Delphina as well. But then it's great. I mean, it's just a good fun time for the community.
Yep.
I always see the photos like the next day, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have went. So
we had what was it, like 2-3 weeks ago when everybody we had a whole like karaoke sing along.
Oh yeah,
everybody was,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
they have fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's lots of fun.
I was thinking of karaoke the other day. Do you do karaoke, Denise?
I do.
Karen, any karaoke?
No.
She's like, no.
You don't want me to sing, I promise.
There was a video surfacing on the internet years ago. Don't go try to find it because I made every attempt to get rid of that thing back in my rowdy 20s. But there was a video floating around of me singing Dynamite Hack, Boys in the Hood at karaoke. Eazy-E had a version of it, and then Dynamite Hack had a little bit better, had a little more of singing to it. And let's just say that video was out there, and I'll never forget the lady that was recording it. I said, don't record that anymore. And she said, too bad, I already have, and it was already on Facebook. That was years ago. And it was good fun. But
what was her name?
Can't tell you that. Can't tell you that name. Yeah. And I fought tooth and nail and finally got that thing off of there. I mean, it wasn't anything seriously bad. It was just a lot of fun. What's your go-to song, karaoke, Denise? Or go-to genre?
Usually, I mean, my family loves karaoke, so usually I sing more in Spanish with the family. But if we're doing just here, I do some Journey.
Oh, a little Don't Stop Believing.
We have a little mix.
Yeah.
We have some country, and we have some get down music because that's my favorite.
Do y'all do the karaoke like every Monday too, or is this just?
No, it's just. I mean, we're playing music while we're playing the
gotcha.
rounds, and then just people just sing along.
People started singing.
We do have one of our teams. It's a friend of ours. I found this out a couple months ago. She just carries microphones in with her just everywhere she goes, like in her purse and the console of her car. Little plastic microphones. So she'll whip it out when she's ready to sing. So
Yeah, and she did that at trivia the other night. She said, "Hold on,
Yes.
got her purse, got that microphone."
It's got the spring in it,
Yeah.
like the kid one with, you know what I'm talking about, the little kid one with the spring, so it resonates when you whenever you sing.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
They have fun with it.
My go-to at karaoke is got to be, back in the day, it was Notorious B.I.G. Juicy.
Okay.
Warren G. Regulators.
Oh, yes, I love that song.
Regulators.
Mount up.
Mount up.
Mount up. Look at this. Karen over here getting a little gangsta up in here this morning. That's awesome, Karen. And then my other one was Big Papa. Big Papa was a good
we
one.
played that one too. You'd like our music at trivia then,
But
for
then
sure.
you got to change it up a little bit, and then it would be a little Hank Williams Jr. family tradition.
Okay.
And then I like to do a little Toby Keith and Willie Nelson, where you hold your grandpappy. You got to hold your nose, you know, to make it sound like Willie.
What's his name? I always forget their names. That was at karaoke.
Oh,
at
Paul
Val's.
Webb.
Yeah, he did the same thing.
Just
Held his
like
nose-
Willie.
Sounded just like him.
Hold the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, man, those were fun. And then I would get annoyed at karaoke. I used to do karaoke a lot, but I'd always say the same songs. And everybody's like, oh, you're good at that. I was like, no, that's the only songs I can do. I won't sing anything else because it's terrible. But then people would show up that should be on, like, America's Got Talent or The Voice. I'm like, man, why are you ruining this for everybody who's terrible like me? Then you come in here all showing everybody up. Oh, look at me, I can sing. Well, then why aren't you in Nashville, bro?
I know.
You know, why aren't you on the East Coast or the West Coast then? Tupac's another one. Changes. Dear Mama.
Dear Mama.
Dear Mama. Do you ever play a little Bone Thugs and Harmony, Karen?
I don't know if we played any of that.
We haven't played it. I don't think they're ready for that up there.
Sometimes we play things that they're not ready for, but
you know, and we try to keep it kind of mild because we do. I mean, there's an age range that's a little crazy, but we try to keep it a little mild. But usually the ones that I'm like a little iffy, that's when I
They're the
see
ones that are
everybody's like
grooving in
head
their
bobbing.
chair
I'm like,
and-
okay, okay, we're okay.
Yeah. I just
the older ones, like the 70 and 80-year-olds, are getting down, and
I love it. Yeah, we did that once. I decided to bust out Juicy one night, and it was not the crowd for it. People were staring at me like, leave now. The most fun that I had, and I think there was a video of this too, and after all, I don't have any respect for the dude anymore. Of course, I didn't know any of this at the time, but R. Kelly had the song Ignition.
Ignition.
And I sang that on a Carnival Cruise Line, and man, it was the most fun. Because it was me and some random dude, and he's like, man, we ought to start a band together. I was like, no, brother. This is just like, we're just chilling for the week on a Carnival cruise. Ain't no band happening after this.
Ignition is on the playlist because it was requested.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of everything.
Beep, beep.
Let me get that toot, toot.
And I did have a fro back then, so I used to, when I would sing, I'd be like, running your hand through my fro, bouncing on 24s.
That's awesome.
I'll have to show y'all the pictures. Literally, my hair was out to here when I was younger, and it curls up like it's naturally curly, and it does not go down. It poofs. And I'll never forget my friend Tyrell, not making this up, had a pick and he stuck it in my hair in class one time. And Tyrell goes, man, you got gray hair, man. And he started poking. I was like, what are you doing, Tyrell? He's like, I wish I had hair like yours, hip. Oh, it was good times growing up. Well, friends, we appreciate you. We're going to take one very quick break, and then when we come back, we'll draw for our winner today. I want to remind you, we are here with Walker County Federal Credit Union, and the keyword is thunder. Can you do a little ace? Can you? Denise is feeling it this morning, Karen. Text in the
I want to hear Big Papa.
Yeah. Text in the keyword. That'll be next week.
Next week's
Mount up. We'll do a little mount up, too.
Regulate.
Keyword is thunder, along with your name, 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. Text in that keyword, thunder, alongside your name. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Yo, what up? Denise Olivas.
Yo, yo.
Karen Denman. Karen.
Wicka, wicka.
Karen. You know, some rap songs, the names, it just sounds cool. Like it's not Karen, it's Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Denise, Karen.
They would be Karen.
Don't be
and
swearing
D-nice.
around Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about that next time you start rapping Denise.
I think my rap name would be D-nice.
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 D-nice, don't be mean. And around this girl, you better not be obscene. Don't be swearing around Karen. We got rain insane in the brain. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
We're done. We're done. Ain't no more.
We've gone way off topic here.
We went off course. Why don't we get back on course and see possibly who has won something today? It's been fun so far. So thank y'all today. It's always good on a Monday to have a few good laughs. And so I want to welcome everybody in on the Spirit Radio app as well. You're probably wondering what in the world is going on. Well, this is Good Morning Huntsville. And so wherever you are listening, sometimes there's a global audience. Sometimes there's folks right here in Huntsville. But if you haven't had a chance to, please download that Spirit Radio FM app. And you can also keep up to date with good things. I was mentioning one thing I forgot to mention. Touch a Truck was this weekend. Didn't make it out. Did you guys happen to make it down?
I wasn't able to get there either. I wanted to. I wanted to go to the Duncan booth and see who got dunked.
I know.
Yeah, I saw like Aaron Colhavy was on there. A bunch of our city officials, county officials. So
Yeah, I drove through here around, it was probably like 11:30. There were quite a few people, so that was good.
All right. Well, we got our winner today, and so the fun rule is you just got to answer to win. That's all you got to do. And here we go. I know, Karen, you can't hear it. Denise can hear it.
Hello.
Hello. Is this B-Dub?
It is.
What up, old B-Dub? What you doing?
Nothing. Trying to stay dry.
Brittany Wright. Brittany Wright of Color Bar Tanning Salon, right? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. You've won before, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm surprised after 117 episodes you're still listening.
Every morning.
Well, almost every morning. You know, I missed two. What did you do on the two? Well, there was 3 mornings that we missed. There was a Friday because I was sick, and then there was 2 other days. What did you do on those days? Were you wondering, like, what's going on? Did the show end?
I guess I just slept in.
Perfect. So, there you go. Well, Brittany, congratulations. Thunder was the key word. Did you get any rain where you're at, by the way?
Yes, I did. And I'm looking out the window right now at the store, and it is raining.
Yeah, we just heard more.
Oh, yeah, the thunder's starting back.
More thunder.
Thunder's starting
yeah.
back. So, well, Brittany, look, you don't have to answer any of these questions because it's not really going to be a question, but I'm just going to tell you right now, for your business, make sure you get your account over at Walker County Federal Credit Union. They'll
She
take
does.
it. Oh, there you go.
I have it.
Ma'am,
Love
all right.
Brittany over there. She's sweet.
There you go. All right.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, there she is, Brittany, customer of WCFCU and a winner here on Good Morning Huntsville.
Yay.
Unfortunately, we had a special text to win over the weekend that you did not enter. We drew your number, though, because you'd already entered before. It was for $200,000, but you didn't answer your phone on Sunday. So sorry, Brittany.
Darn.
Yeah, it was courtesy of Walker County Federal Credit Union one time.
We were cleaning out the vault. We just needed to get rid of it.
There's a little too much in the vault, so they're like, we need to take this out. So, but anyway, just kidding. Brittany, congratulations. What are you most thankful for here in Huntsville?
Well, I feel like everybody says the community, but it's true, the community.
That's all it is. That's perfect. Well, we're always going to ask it, and we don't care if we hear it a million times because it's so important. So, Brittany, congratulations. Thanks for all you do, and we'll catch up with you soon and bring you your prize.
Thank you.
All right. Have a blessed
Bye,
day.
Denise.
Bye.
Karen's there. Hey, Brittany, Karen's there too. She just can't hear you.
Okay, bye, Miss Karen.
Bye.
All right. There she is. Hey, I'm going to have to get those cool little earpieces that go into your ears so you can be like the news lady.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It does. We have those wireless, but they're like really airy. And then, and we have these that sound good, but I think that sounds like really good. It's just you can't hear anything. So, we'll get that fixed for you, Karen.
She's fine.
It's okay.
She'll need to hear.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time.
She's deaf in one ear and
Yep, can't hear out of the other.
yeah.
So if you ever walk by her office and you're like, hey, what's up, Karen? She don't even look at you. That's why. Don't get angry. No, I'm just kidding. I do feel bad though, because like every time I come by there, like I always wave, but I don't want to peek in and talk to you, because you and I start talking. You got work to do, and then I start yakking. And Denise, when I walk in, she's like, oh, man, here goes Rob again. I'm just kidding. She does not do that.
I turn. I'm like, I'm so busy.
Here's Denise. She's like this real quick. Oh, hey, how you doing there, Mr. Murphy? What you up to, man? Oh, hi, Rob. Got to go. I'm busy. I'm talking to
The
Mr.
girls
Murphy.
already know to call me and be like, oh, you have a call on line 1.
Y'all got a little silent buzzer under your desk that alerts you when people come in.
We've got the raw button.
It's like Morse code, a certain frequency of the buzzes, not to talk to that person. Oh, just kidding. Well, friends, it's been fun. Thanks for everybody for chiming in. My sister was joining this morning as well from the Temple Belton area. Love you, sis. Rebecca was joining. John Volkmer, good morning to you, my friend. And Irma earlier said, sorry, no Whataburger today. It was a hard time getting out of bed this morning.
I know that feeling.
Man, that sounds like a good old country song. It was a hard time getting out of bed today. Come on down to rodeo and trivia ye shall play. All right, we're done.
Alrighty then.
We're done.
Not our official theme song.
Yeah, we're done. Nobody would show up. All right, for Karen Denman and Denise Olivas, I'm Rob Hipp. Thank y'all for being here. It's been a fun morning.
Yes, absolutely.
We're glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you. Good to have y'all. And friends, get out there today. Make a difference. I always end every show the same way, but I mean, I want you to hear it. This morning, just think about those around you, and just realize that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We do need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning with our good buddy Jason Thompson of Guardian Defense, and we have a very special guest joining us remotely tomorrow. John Garrett is the CEO and founder of Community Impact. If you guys have heard of the Community Impact paper, they're pretty prevalent in Central Texas, but I believe they have some publications going in the Houston area now as well. The reason we wanted to have John on, he's a Bearcat alumni, so we're going to talk a little bit about Bearcat and business and some of the success that he's had and tie him back into good old Huntsville. So we're always going to figure out a way to do it. Get on down there and get the rest of it. Till tomorrow morning, friends. God bless you. Have a great morning. We will see you back at it bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Till then, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Have a great day, everyone.